already all of our dignitaries, our VIPs, our state senators, our assembly members, our distinguished guests. For all of you who came from near and far, from the Bay Area and LA, from as far as San Francisco and as close as Charter Way. All of you, welcome home to Little Manila. The youth are here, the elderly are here, fifth generation and immigrant, north side and south side, manongs and manangs, veterans, farm laborers and professionals, old-timers and newcomers. All of us together here are making history as we dedicate the Little Manila Historic Site. So what's the big deal about these 4 blocks? A historic site bounded by Washington Street on the north, Center Street at the west, Sonora Street on the south, and Hunter Street on the east. Some see a slum filled with poor people, too dangerous to traverse after dark. Some see a freeway, a hulking mountain of asphalt and concrete. Some see a 76 station, a cheap place to get gas, a McDonald's. Some see prime real estate. If only these brown, poor people and decrepit buildings could be cleared out of here. What do we see as Filipino Americans at the corner of Lafayette and El Dorado Streets? We see our history. We see our community. We see our past. And through understanding and respecting and reclaiming that past, we see our future. As we dedicate this historic sacred place and unveil the banners and the markers which help mark this place for everyone to see, we remember our long, our rich, and our painful and beautiful history as Filipino Americans in Stockton. On this day, we reclaim this small patch of land that was once called Little Manila, and we look forward to the revitalization of this area and of our community. Today, we remember the manongs and the manongs, those pioneer old-timers who built this community and this economy. Many of them are still with us, and some of them are here. Can the manongs and manongs who are here please stand and be recognized? If you can, or just wave. We have one manong with us today, Victorino Tom, who is 107 years old. When Carlos Bulasan came to Stockton in the 1930s, he encountered the largest Filipino-American community outside of Manila. He wrote in his famous novel, America is in the Heart. When he came to Stockton, he writes, "I walked slowly in the streets, avoiding the business district and the lights. I saw many Filipinos in magnificent suits, standing in front of pool rooms and gambling houses. There must have been hundreds in the street somewhere, waiting for the night." And here we are, 5 decades later, hundreds of Filipinos here on El Dorado Street again. In this community, we built churches, businesses, created community organizations, and nurtured families. We congregated here because we could go nowhere else in Stockton. Police would beat us if we crossed Main Street. Signs would greet us that said positively no Filipinos allowed. We were barred from citizenship, from owning land. We were second-class citizens in this city. So in response, Filipinos created their own world here at Lafayette and El Dorado Streets. Filipinos came to this area to join their families and to continue to build this community. Those of you who came to this area more recently, your history is here as well. You are part of this legacy, this story that began at Lafayette and El Dorado Street 80 years ago. What happened to Little Manila and this community's history? Urban redevelopment raised 9 blocks in the 1960s, and despite protests, this freeway, this crosstown freeway was built right through Little Manila, displacing thousands of residents and businesses. That's why the Filipino Plaza that we are going back to this afternoon was built by the Associated Filipino Organizations to house the displaced just Filipino-American history. This is Stockton history. This is California history. This is American history. And the tragedy of it is, we learn none of this history in Stockton high schools or colleges. Members of the Filipino-American National Historical Society here in Stockton responded to these demolitions in 1999 by lobbying for historic site designation for this sacred place. And we got that on October 17, 2000. Soon after, we created this special foundation to fundraise for historic site markers and for banners and to work on historic preservation here in Little Manila. The Little Manila Foundation's purpose is focused on historic preservation and revitalization, specifically of the Little Manila Historic Site. And so today we dedicate this site in the name of those thousands of manangs and manongs who arrived in San Francisco in the 20s and 30s, hopped immediately into taxis and told the driver, "Take me to El Dorado Street." For they built the largest, most vibrant Filipino-American community outside of the Philippines. We dedicate this site and place these markers and these banners to honor those pioneers who braved some of the worst economic conditions and racism that Filipino Americans would ever know, so that we, their descendants, can stand here today and know a prosperity and freedom of which they could only dream. But this site, these banners and these markers are not only for our manongs and our manangs. We reclaim this sacred space for our children, for our grandchildren, and all those who will come after us. We will not let our history get bulldozed again, figuratively or literally. We proudly reclaim this history, this legacy, and now, thousands strong, we return to El Dorado and Lafayette Street, proud to be Filipino Americans, proud to be from Stockton, and most importantly, proud to call Little Manila in Stockton our spiritual and our physical home. Never again will we allow freeways or redevelopment to bulldoze us again, to throw us out of our businesses and our residents like they did in Stockton, in San Francisco, in Los Angeles, and in Seattle. While the rest of California's open space and our historic neighborhoods continue to be paved over with freeways, with strip malls and houses so that every city in California looks the same, while Starbucks and McDonald's and Gap's mushroom in every city, we must be vigilant that these special places, Little Manila, Manila Town, the new I-Hotel on Kearny Street and south of Market in San Francisco, the International District in Seattle, and historic Filipino Town in Los Angeles remain preserved and revitalized. The Manila Heritage Foundation is here with us today, as well as leaders from historic Filipino Town in Los Angeles. I want to recognize you, and thank you for coming. We challenge our political leaders to listen to us and to join with us in these efforts. But this dedication is not the end of our work, it's the beginning. We're not content with leaving our community to remain neglected. It's your choice. When you tell your grandchildren about their history in Stockton, do you want to point to a freeway or to a mall and say, "Let me tell you what used to be here"? Or do you want to say, "Let's go to the museum. Let's go to the cultural center where you can learn about your history, your culture, and your identity"? For when we are all gone, what will be left and who will be left to tell our story? The Little Manila Foundation is hard at work to preserve what remains of Little Manila. We just received a grant from the National Trust for Historic Preservation to begin to preserve these last remaining buildings of Little Manila. The Mariposa Hotel, which is right here behind us. Do you see it? The Brick Hotel. The Rizal Social Club at 138 East Lafayette Street, right behind this stage. And the Emerald Restaurant to my right, here at the corner of Lafayette and Hunter. The Mariposa Hotel was once home to hundreds of manongs, as well as the first. Let's dream of a museum where everyone's children and grandchildren can learn about their history, a cultural center where the best of our Filipino-American arts and culture can find a home. Let's dream of a time when history books and history teachers here in Stockton, California, and all over the nation teach Filipino-American history. And let's dream of a time when no one will graduate from a Stockton high school ignorant about their own city or community's history. Let's dream of a revitalized Little Manila, a place this community can be proud of, a place to which we can point and say, this is where we have come from, a place that helps us to understand where we are going. And after we dream these wonderful dreams and share them with one another, I challenge you all to come together with us and with Fonz to make them a reality. Today we ask for your support and donations towards a large permanent Little Manila memorial to be placed under the freeway right at the intersection of Lafayette and El Dorado, kitty corner from us right now. We ask for donations to maintain these banners around the Little Manila Historic Site. Buy our Little Manila t-shirts when we go back to the plaza. Drop your dollars into our donation buckets. We ask for your spiritual, moral, and monetary support as we work towards the preservation and revitalization of Little Manila, so that we can join with Fonz and place the museum here at the Little Manila Historic Site. We at the Little Manila Foundation invite you, all of you here in Stockton and nationwide, to work with us to remember, reclaim, and revitalize Little Manila. We Filipino Americans are the largest Asian American group in San Joaquin County, the third largest minority group in the state of California, and the second largest Asian American group in the country. We are millions strong, our voice is powerful, and our strength is overwhelming. Thanks to all of you, maraming salamat po, to all of you who have donated money and time and supported this cause so that we are here today. Today, as we dedicate this historic site, we remember from whence we came. We reclaim this powerful legacy, and we pledge our hearts and our souls to the revitalization of this old, proud community. Mabuhay ang Filipino sa Stockton.